We're going to welcome you back to our first intermission between the Wolves and Wild. And before tonight's game, I got a chance to sit down with Pretty Deadly.
Yes,
looking
boy.
sharp.
Yes, boy.
Yes, boy. Looking sharp with the Wolves on the chest.
Now, guys, first thing. This is the first time I've seen a shirt actually covering your chest.
Yeah.
Hey, we're flamboyant. What can we say?
Well, let's
We
say,
support the Wolves.
and that shows how much we love the Wolves, though. You know, we're willing to cover up only with the Wolves.
Yeah.
No other emblem or logo would we
That's
cover
my guy.
up. Would we cover up? But the Wolves,
Okay.
through, you know.
All right, you're here, and coming up, you'll be back at the Allstate in 2 weeks. How excited are you for a big series of matches at the Allstate?
We've got Survivor Series heading to the Allstate Arena on November 25th, and it is, everyone likes to argue of their favourites, but it's arguably one of the most exciting events of the year.
Yeah.
We have War Games again this year, which means we have 2 rings, 1 giant cage, and a ton of people beating the whatever out of each other.
Hey, I'll jump in.
Please.
The day before, the
before,
24th, Allstate Arena.
Yeah.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah.
The best, most must-see show. Maybe most must-see.
The must-see show, and how much show?
The most must-see show.
He's nailed that.
Okay.
Friday Night SmackDown. Pretty Deadly will be there.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
Yeah, we like.
Do you know who you're going to grapple with? Because you've already settled a dispute.
Well, yeah, we're just off the back of a dispute. The Brawling Brutes, they're
Done.
They are.
That had to feel special for you.
It felt very special because they're fellow Englishmen as well, so it feels like we also got sort of some sort of pride over the top of them, and a little extra bit of juice on the win, wasn't there? And we beat them at their own game.
Yeah.
That's the best part. They're tough geezers. Look at them. Look at that's us. Look at us beating them up.
People call us flamboyant, people call us, blasé, feminine, all sorts, but we can get it done.
Yeah.
As the kids say, anyone can get it.
Anyone get
Now,
it?
do you
they
guys
got
have, like in hockey, to use a hockey term, watching some of your clips, I'd also call you a tad dirty, right? Like, you bend the rules, maybe?
Come on, we are a little bit dirty. Come on, Elton.
I don't think that's for you to say, I guess.
Yeah.
We like to say that we have never once cheated in our lives. I think that's true.
Hey, here's the thing.
But,
If the referee doesn't call it,
No.
it doesn't count as a cheat.
Okay.
So you call me dirty all you like, but my hands are clean.
Yeah.
So hockey players, there's a few dirty players in the game of hockey. We call them rats. And yeah.
Okay.
Does that fit, or would that offend you guys if I called you a little ratty in the ring?
Oh, get him! You're 2 for 2 now. I mean, that's not for me. I don't think I'd like being called that. But we can call the Brutes it if you'd like to.
Yeah, okay. The Brutes are definitely ratty.
Yeah, thank you. That's perfect. That's really good.
Tell you who's not Ray.
Who?
Alex Green.
Oh, we're going to get Alex Green. Is that your favorite Wolves player?
Do you know what he's doing for me at the moment? I feel like he's got something special that's coming. I can just kind of feel that momentum.
Brewing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's cooking up. Yeah, it's
I'm
very
into it.
exciting. Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Okay. Now, before you got into wrestling, what kind of sports were you into growing up in the UK?
So I was a football player or a soccer player.
Yeah.
For obviously for our American audience, and I played in goal. I was a goalkeeper.
Oh.
So some of that agility you see in the ring, I've been working on that for years.
That's true, actually. Can I jump in?
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was a cricket player, or in England we call it cricket. I was a batter. I was knocking them sixes,
Yeah.
the fours. Yeah, you hit that little run, wicket to wicket. It's I guess it's a bit similar to baseball.
Okay.
Better, would you say?
The games last longer, and right?
Oh yeah, it's actually endurance. There's a lot. There's a lot.
It's arguably,
Don't say
it might be one of our sort of sports per se as like a stereotype, but it's arguably one of the worst sports to watch, I think.
So
It's no
if we-
hockey.
It's no hockey. It's no hockey.
So before the game, you dropped the puck. If we were to put you on the ice tonight, you would obviously be a goaltender. Would you feel comfortable being a goalie?
I would. I feel less comfortable being on ice, of course. But yeah, I feel pretty confident. I think being in the goal. I think so. I just the pucks come at such a speed that I think I would. I'd be worried I might be moving out of the way as opposed to in the way.
Now, how would you play it? Approach?
I've watched a couple of Disney on Ice.
Yeah.
I've skated myself.
Okay.
I think get me in, coach. Put me in.
Goal scorer, or are you gonna kind of grind it out in the corners and maybe look to drop the mitts?
I'll grind. I'm a dirty little rat. I'll get in. I'll get in there.
See, it's coming full circle. You're a dirty little rat.
I'm getting hyped.
Yeah. So, how do a couple guys growing up in the UK get involved in wrestling?
Oh yeah, good question.
Well, yeah, it just. I guess everyone kind of has somewhat of a similar story. Oh, I don't know if everyone can see that. Look at us there.
The boys.
What a photo.
Yes,
what a photo.
boys.
The chairback brings back memories.
It's a dark time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it got to a point when we watched wrestling growing up as kids, and we're staying up till the early hours of the day to watch the pay-per-views and stuff. Yeah. And eventually, you realise that a lot of your friends aren't watching it anymore, and you still are. So you sort of you realise that maybe you love it a bit more than you thought. So we tried out into our own sort of avenues of schools, and we've ended up in the WWE. So
It's a spectacle.
Yeah. Now, is it
part of,
Is it similar in the UK here, where they have the road to the ring type television shows where you get involved and kind of try out and work your way up? Is it similar in the UK?
Yeah, it's nowhere near the scale that it is. We started on NXT UK, which was a brand that the WWE had over in the UK that kind of covered Europe.
Yep.
So we started there, but it took a little while to get there. So it is a very similar structure, just on a smaller scale, but with a British twist.
All right. Coming up in our second intermission, we'll have more to the conversation. Maybe get into the British Bulldogs. They were my favorite tag team growing up as a kid in Minnesota.
And who's your current favorite team?
Well, it's got to be you guys. Pretty Deadly, right?
thank you. Yeah.
Laddie wrestlers.
There we go. Hey,
They're coming to the
That's for
All-State
us to
Arena in
say.
2 weeks. Who can't get enough of that?
November 25th and 4th.
All right. It's 2 out of 3 falls. We'll come back in our second intermission more with this dynamic duo. We're back with more of our first intermission. We welcome you back to our second intermission between the Wolves and Wild. Pretty Deadly is still with us for round 2.
We're back.
Yeah, looking sharp, fellas, in the jerseys.
Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
All-State Arena. You're here for SmackDown coming up. Have you guys ever been to the All-State before?
Yes, we have. And that is why we're coming back, because when you come here, you need more.
Yeah, that is
All-State Arena hits different. It kits different.
Yes.
To pun my own name.
Yes.
We're coming back the 24th. Not good enough. We want another night, the 25th.
Yes.
Survivor Series.
Very historic venue. We've had WrestleManias here at the All-State. We've had cage matches. What's your favorite type of wrestling? Do you like the cage matches? I know you got the 2 cages coming up. What are you guys into?
I think I come at it from 2 perspectives. Survivor Series is, the War Games coming up at Survivor Series, I think, is one that's going to be very, very fun to watch.
So unique.
My personal opinion, I'm glad I'm not in it. I think I'm happy to be a spectator on that one, because I think that one's going to be pretty rough.
Yeah.
What was your favourite?
I mean, yeah, as you say, there's a difference between your favourite to watch and then your favourite to participate in. So give us a normal 2-on-2 match any day, but I have to say, War Games, the cage, is one of my favourites, without a doubt.
I love a good cage match. Any foreign objects? We guys bring any foreign objects in?
Well, I actually, just a couple of weeks ago, I pretty much, knocked Butch clean out with a bottle.
A glass bottle?
Glass bottle, just bottled it.
Yeah.
And then what happened after that? Did we?
Well, yeah, we went on to win the match because we did our finisher, for those who don't know, is called Spilt Milk.
Yeah.
Because there's no point crying over spilt milk when you lose to Pretty Deadly, right?
No.
And we came in with
well
a top rope spilly milly through a table after the bottle shot.
How does one come up with that? Is that just in the moment? Is this something you guys are working on day in and day out?
You know what? I think as any great NHL player, for example, Billy Gardner.
Billy Gardner was a great NHLer, right?
Oh, of course. They're game planners. You've got technique. We never know what's going to happen in the ring, but we game plan, we strategize. So when we're in those moments, I can look over and I can go, 3, play 3. And we know what we're going towards. And that is why we win and win and win and win and win.
And what do we do?
You guys win.
I appreciate that.
Oh, yes. Billy Gardner.
Ratty winners is what you guys are.
Hey, we can say that word.
I cannot. I'm still not allowed. All right. Can we go back to the injury? Because you're just coming off the IR, and you look very concerned in the hospital.
I almost think
for Elton. And Elton, were you knocked out cold, or were you just playing possum here?
It's not. No, hang on. It feels like look. What you can see there is a man in so much pain that he's unconscious completely. And by chance, I managed to awake from that unconsciousness just as Kit was about to prove the point by hitting me with a chair. These things happen. Timing can be a wonderful thing in life, and it just so happened to link up. But the injury, I separated my AC joint.
Yeah.
Grade 3. So we're talking no jokes. A serious injury. And I finished the match. I carried on the match. We won the match. And it just, it left me, it's actually quite hard to talk about, it left me in a position where I was in so much pain I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair for 8 weeks.
I saw that, and then you're trying to drag luggage up the stairs in a couple clips there.
It's just...
How does the shoulder injury affect the lower body?
Well, it's not... I see what
Do you
you're
know
doing.
what?
I see what you're doing.
Do you know what?
What?
Sometimes there's a thing known as too many questions.
Okay.
This man was hurt physically, mentally, and emotionally.
You think the only pain that can be seen is physical, do you?
Oh,
yeah. Well,
Billy Gardner wouldn't be saying this.
No.
Billy Gardner wouldn't be doing this. Come on.
He might bring in a chair, though.
He might, yeah, he might, because he, from what we know, even though he's a man with Chicago in his heart,
Yeah.
we don't know. He's a bit ratty himself.
Black Hawk through and through, isn't he?
Got a bit of the rat in him.
Well, Billy was actually, he was more of a lover. Yeah, he didn't like to go in the corners. He was, he was kind of a pretty boy. He had the flow. You guys would expect.
We knew
right?
Oh,
We knew
get
we
him
loved
in.
Billy.
Get
We
him
loved
in.
Yeah, he should. He should definitely be your favorite NHLer. I was watching some clips of your road to recovery, and
Beautiful.
a couple of things you were working on was the use of a chair and eye gouging.
Yes, yeah. As you mentioned earlier, with in all sports, there's sometimes we cut corners, and if you are going to cut a corner, you want to know that you can get them square in the middle of them eyes.
Now, what if someone was to do the old, how do you combat that?
That's why there's two of us.
That's why we go forehand.
Hand down.
Then we go.
There we go.
And we practiced that. You might not have seen the footage, but believe me, we had someone even put that up.
That's play 7.
That's play 7. Yeah.
Play 7?
Yep.
How many plays do you have?
I think the last time we counted there was about 318.
318.
Yeah, I think 318 we're on
318.
now. So,
Okay.
yeah, we're getting there.
So with this Wolves game, could you maybe see something on the ice and make 319 out of this?
Oh, you best believe we can. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to happen.
I'm not giving away any secrets, but yes. The answer is yes.
Okay. Wow, secrets.
All right, so what are we looking forward to in 2 weeks when you're back at the Allstate?
Look, we just want everybody to, just to whether not everybody can make it, so maybe we can tune in on Peacock.
On the Peacock?
Exclusively streaming on Peacock, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Premium live
It's
event.
a premium live event. It's just, WWE is the best.
Smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Smorgasbord of entertainment.
Smorgasbord. That is definitely not the first time I've heard that word, and I couldn't agree more. It's a smorgasbord. It's one of the best forms of entertainment in the world for us. We really think that there's a little bit of everything for everyone, and Survivor Series is a big show. We've got big stipulations, big superstars. I just think it's worth a watch.
And the Peacock, perfect network for you. A couple pretty boys, right? On the Peacock?
They call us up a couple of peacocks. I hear that. We walk down the street, I hear it all the time. I do.
They do, yeah. The PDP, the Pretty Deadly Peacocks. That's what they call us.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It's great to have you at the Allstate, and best of luck.
Thank you, and
Thank you very much.
Well, ultimately, go Wolves.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.